welcome you back to Black Site. We have breaking news. The Colorado Buffaloes of Deion Sanders collapse, choke against the 1-4 Stanford Cardinals and lose in overtime, 46-43. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Tonight, we've seen one of the biggest collapses in college football history. The Colorado Buffaloes played a tremendous first half, went up 29-0 over the Stanford Cardinals. The Stanford Cardinals were 1-4 on a 4-game losing streak. They came back in the second half and scored 36 points to tie the game. Then they went to overtime. Stanford ties it again behind the tremendous play of Eric Adamson. This wide receiver roasted Travis Hunter all night. I'm talking about made him look like a JV football player. He went for 13 receptions for 294 in this heroic comeback by the Cardinals. And at the end of the second overtime, Shedeur Sanders, my man with the watch, throws an interception to the Stanford Cardinal. Then Stanford gets the ball back, and they kick the game-winning field goal. They scored 46 points in the second half in overtime. We're talking about a 1-4 Stanford team. And I'm calling for the firing of Charles Kelly at Colorado University. That defense was awful. It was pathetic. It was worse than a JV defense. Stanford moved up and down the field like they were playing 7-on-7 football. It was awful to watch. Deion Sanders was going absolutely crazy watching this collapse, this major collapse. I'm talking about his haters will be on social media tonight, tomorrow, this whole weekend, talking about how he couldn't close out a game against the Stanford Cardinals. The Stanford players were showing the watch at the end of the game. This was a humiliation loss. No team that's up 29-0 should lose a football game. And let me tell you something about Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was roasted. All his flaws showed tonight. In that 30-yard touchdown catch by Amador, when he called it over his head, shows you he needs to work on his technique and his awareness of the football. Deion Sanders has some serious work to do. He has serious work to do because his team that played a tremendous first half became overconfident and thought that Stanford would quit. They didn't. Excuse me. And the coach of the program of Stanford may have turned this team around. Simply telling them, this is how you play football. It's a 60-minute game, not 30. And Deion has to walk into that locker room and talk to those players. Because what's going to come after them this week is going to be extremely nasty. Those who don't like Deion are going to tear him apart in his coaching style. He couldn't, excuse me, he couldn't gather his team together to hold on to that huge lead as it disappeared quickly. I'm talking about quickly because of the way they play defense. You could see players like Shiloh and Travis screaming at other players. You could see Deion going off on the defense. The offense really didn't get much done in the second half, scoring 7 points and 7 points in overtime. This is going to be a week to remember when it comes to Deion Sanders because the people in the media are going to roast him. This was a team they should beat. They were up 29-0, like they should have beat them. But what happened in the second half and overtime is unacceptable. This team is better than this. And Charles Kelly has to go. He has to be fired. He has to go. This is utter nonsense right here. This you just can't have this. And Deion Sanders now has to answer to the media. And some media sources who don't like him, the Jason Whitlocks of the world, the Charleston, and all those other people in the major media, some in America, are going to roast Deion Sanders. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video. I would love to hear what you have to say about this game. This is an utter choke job. This is an utter collapse, an utter embarrassment. Oh, God. Thank you.